Smile. And the whole world smiles with you. It's not what I was going to say, but so literally that is, we've heard it so many times, but it's, what if you're lucky? Always just landing everywhere at the right time to do the right thing, and you attract. So just tune in and don't manipulate your answer. How attractive to life are you? So that could be, how lucky are you? How blessed are you? And we might go, well, I can't complain, or so many people are worse than me. It should be an internal, very quick answer. Many people might think you are lucky, but you don't feel lucky, or you don't recognize that luck is actually there. So I'd rather you be honest with yourself and ask it a couple of times. Do you believe that you are lucky or unlucky or in between? Do you believe that life flows towards you or you run after it? And if you hold the vision that you are lucky, reminds me of the story of the farmer who had uh, two horses and they ran away, and people would say, you're so unlucky. But those horses came back with wild horses, and then they said, you're so lucky. And then his son was trying to ride the wild horses to try to break them, and he fell off and broke his leg, and they said, you're so unlucky. But then war broke out, and the son couldn't go to war because he had a broken leg. So they said, you're lucky. And the story keeps on like this. So it's, you never know. So even when it looks like a negative thing, it could just be making you avoid a different step. So if you don't know, it's also interesting. Do a muscle test if you know how to do that. Does it feel from 1 to 10? Do you feel lucky as 1, as a low score, as a 2, as a 3, as a 4, as a 5, as a 6, as a 7, as an 8? I actually always, because I consider myself pretty lucky, but there is a struggle in me to create that luck. So if it comes up like a 6, I actually find that a good thing, because I do find that even though I feel I make my luck, that there's growth there. So don't worry about the number. It's just a measurement. What we believe to be true for ourselves is what is projected outwards. So, can you imagine yourself like a very fragrant flower on a summer's day where bees and sunlight and a breeze are just so attracted to you? Not because you're good looking, just that energy can't help but fall in love with you. Hmm. I'm going to say that one again. What if energy just couldn't help itself but fall in love with you? Goes, I like this being. They do great things with energy. They do explore and adventure and are generous and are expansive. And there we go. So we're going to clear away all the blockages of this belief system. There are quite a few in the group. So they would like to make a distinction that if you land on your feet, that is great, but that is not luck. That is good happenstance, for example. They would like you to feel more than that, luckier than, oh, well, I landed on my feet or I broke even, or it's so. Where are you on that scale? Okay, so it doesn't mean life won't happen. You could have setbacks or or death in the family, or that is, we often believe that like waking up or living from a awakened state is, yes, life gets easier because we're not so attached to what goes on the outside, but just imagine this undertow of, through it all, life finds me so attractive. Interesting. Again, life finds me so attractive. So the analogy would be, imagine two hotels side by side, and one is bright and light and um, things going on, and the other one's a little run down. Where would you naturally want to go? Can your body, can your mind, can your being be that attractive? It's really interesting. Every time I say attractive, it's like the beauty, and it has to be translated. So there can be some quite unattractive, physically unattractive people who are very attractive energetically. There we go. So here we go. It's your this inner core. So we're preparing it for a transmission. A lot of people in this group have had to struggle and push forward, whether you're lucky or not. You know, it's always come from within. So like pushing and making do, and not everyone, but there's a tendency on the 3D level that you have to make an effort. So this is, you are attractive to energy and you just follow the prompts. You pull. It's like you're the belle of the ball, male or female. Everyone wants to dance with you. Again, that pushes people's buttons. They're really interesting. There we go. Just imagine that for a moment. Maybe the scenario is difficult because it's dancing and you don't dance, but what if it was invited to all the parties, or invited to invest, or invited to, well, it doesn't matter where, but you are the shiniest button in the box. And there we go. Here goes the transmission. Again, what if you were the shiniest button in the box? There's something about owning that place that's kind of hard in our consciousness. You don't want to be better than anyone because it's been so ingrained that that is being big-headed or that it's just wrong. But again, would that flower say, "Oh, I'm better than the flower next to me"? No, I just have a perfume that the bees are attracted to, that I enjoy it. My being is open for the universe to interact. There we go. So just like a magnet is magnetic towards metal, it will attract metal and will stick to it. It just is. That's its property. It's if it's laying around without any metal next to it, you wouldn't notice that it was a magnet until it comes close to some metal, and then you feel the pull. Allow this to be your second nature. Just become magnetic to life. You might not notice it because it just is your nature. See, that feels easier. Okay. Allow this to start to change your habits instead of trying to think and project and strategize and do. Imagine that same thing is attracted to you. So as someone pointed out, what you desire desires you. But even something that you don't know that you desire. So here comes your true self or your guardian angel or however you want to call it. Doing an activation. Because you might never know what makes you happy. And because you don't know, you don't pursue it or you don't feel invited to it. So just imagine But just like we would like to be happy, what if happiness would like to come into us? It's just its nature. There we go. But just like when you inhale and there's no obstacle, there's no congestion or any problem, it just happens. You just inhale. It's so easy. We do it so unconsciously. Inhale that life. So allow your consciousness to find the obstacles. Just like if we were being strangled, we'd have a problem inhaling, or if we were congested, we don't notice. Of course, we'd like to be lucky and attractive. But what if our conditioning doesn't allow that? So imagine pulling luck and magnetism to you and life and whatever is in the way. Don't get angry with it. Don't get upset with it. It just is. But it is not you. It just is, and you've believed it to be you. Allow it to start to fall away. So this is consensus, imitated behavior, ancestral conditioning, um, this time conditioning. Just allow it. Ask your consciousness just to identify it and understand that is not you. That's not your true nature. A life full of ease and magic and miracles, even in the hard moments. Imagine if you just had that knack of navigating and finding the best way through. There we go. So just tune in again, see if you feel any difference. How magnetic are you? Do you allow life, joy, abundance, laughter to come find you, to live in you, be with you? Allow the inside of your body to smile, to glow. Imagine all your organs smiling, relaxing, melting. Life loves you, and you have to allow life to love you. So, how would that start? If you don't particularly acknowledge that you're lovable or attractive, if people were kind to you, nice to you, would you find that strange? Or would you get used to it and like it and want even more? There we go. Allow life to love you, to pamper you, even through challenging times. Okay.